There's a big trend right now of natural foods. I love it. But there's one big problem, and that's the subject of today's idea of the day. I find it funny that I can go into a supermarket and let's say go to the peanut butter aisle and you'll see something like Jif. Not pointing out any particular brands, but you'll see something like Jif and you'll see Jif Naturals. And then you might see another brand of some other product and then you'll see next to it such and such Naturals. And then you start seeing like macaroni and cheese and they'll say Naturals. But they'll be side by side with their other product that they've been selling for decades. Literally selling them for decades. What this does to me is it sets a big red flag up. Like Product X Naturals. And it's not just food, by the way. I see that also with soaps and other things, such and such Naturals. Why on earth would a company change their formula to make a natural version, but then still sell the original? Doesn't it draw your attention to the fact that the other one is not natural? I mean, think about it. When you see natural, well, it doesn't say non-natural. That's the problem. You see natural, and then you see product. It doesn't say unnatural. It doesn't say artificial. But it implies that if the first one's natural, the second one's not natural, it's artificial. Now, there are some companies that actually, thankfully, took the plunge, stood up and said, you know what? We are going to just go natural all the time. Not say, all right, this version is this way and that version is that way. Choose whether you want one or the other. General Mills, for example, they make cereal. And they made it a point, I'm not too sure, a while back, but a bunch of years ago, they made one choice. They said, you know what? We're not going to have like a whole grain version and a regular version. We're just simply going to use whole grain in all of our products. And although the taste might slightly be different, we're just going to we're going all in. We're not going to have a whole grain and a non-whole grain. We're going to do the whole thing. And then years later, they actually went one extra step, which is to say that even something as colorful as like Trix or Cocoa Puffs or whatever other things with blue colors and stuff like that, they went out of their way to say, you know what, we're only going to use natural sources for the color. So if we want something to be blue, it's going to come from a blueberry. If we want it to be red, it's going to come from a cherry. You get what I'm saying? So there they made a commitment. They said, we as a company, one of our values is quality. We're going to have a natural product, and it's going to be our only product. And I applaud companies that do that actually go out of their way and they just simply change their formula to an all-natural variety because they're doing it in the interest of the consumer. But when a company goes half-assed, I mean, think about it. You go out and you make like Smuckers, for example. They would never do that. They've been natural from the beginning, at least as far as I know. What do I know? But you know what? There are a lot of companies like Jif now, and again, I don't want to point fingers at one company, but there are a lot of products that sell a such and such and then such and such natural. That's pretty lame. Go all in on being natural and do it for the consumers. Yes, there will be a slightly different taste to it, I'm sure, but in the end, it's a better product. And that's today's idea of the day. All right, so that's today's idea of the day. I hope you liked it. If you visit ideaoftheday.com, you'll see a new one every day. Every day. Yeah, some of them don't suck. And don't forget to subscribe. And you can see them here every day, brand new one. And some of my videos don't suck either.